So just a spoiler warning for anybody down here. Let me actually put a banner just in case, because there's some people who don't want to know this.
Usually it will be me, but I already read it. So
Did you?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't. I can't help stuff like that.
No.
Yeah. So, so I got it up here. I'll kind of read it off, and then we'll talk about it. So the plot leak. So I don't know if that's the Daniel RPK. So it starts off with Lake Bell plays a scientist who is an original character, and her and her team are searching for vibranium in the ocean thanks to a device made by Riri Williams. Namor is awakened and kills her team. Namor asks Wakanda for help, but they turn him down. T'Challa
Wait.
passes
Now
away
wait.
from.
Please read this sentence slowly. This is the thing that I can't believe is happening. It's come through your mouth right now. So go ahead.
Yeah,
Read this part.
yeah. So T'Challa passes away from sickness.
They kill him again.
Yeah, from a sickness. It was like what is the flower killing him? Like, yeah. I I was like, I don't know. It sounds silly.
like that was
Yeah, yeah. Here I keep
that
going.
was
Then
the main
Namor
one
wants to
that
kill. Yeah, that's the worst part of it. And then Namor wants to kill Riri, but Wakanda protects her. Riri's first suit is made out of cars, but when she gets to Wakanda, she gets gets one made out of vibranium. So there's that. And then the war between Wakanda and Atlantis, Shuri's mom passes away, and parts of Wakanda are flooded. So not only are they killing T'Challa, they kill the mom, and they're destroying parts of Wakanda.
And how you don't you know Angela Bassett ain't dying? Come on, bro.
I know, right? Right. And this is the part that really kind of upset me because I didn't think they were gonna do this one as well. Shuri makes a artificial flower to gain the Black Panther powers and gain the ancestral plane. She expects the T'Challa, but meets Killmonger, which makes no sense. Like you're just throwing Michael B. Jordan in there just because you could throw Michael B. Jordan in there. Is like, but he helps her become a new Black Panther. Shuri makes her own Black Panther suit, and then a big war between the two nations. Shuri defeats Namor, but doesn't kill him. M'Baku is the new king of Wakanda, while Shuri is Black Panther. Nakia tells Shuri that she has a son from T'Challa. End. And then there's a post credit. They filmed a post credit with a stand-in Doctor Doom, which is thought to be the one who sent Lake Bell's team. Which the post credit is probably the coolest only part I'm excited about. The rest, ugh. Like I call it.
I'm down.
Like I called it. I'm like Nakia's gonna have a kid, and they're gonna name T'Challa. That's how they're gonna bring T'Challa back into the MCU. With T'Challa Jr. But they're gonna have to do some time skip, something stupid, like he go through a time warp or something crazy and comes out, 25. It doesn't. I don't know. What do you guys think?
And
go ahead, Brian, because I'm not going to.
I get that they were in between a rock and a hard place with Chadwick Boseman's death. I get it. And I know I've said that many, many times in the past. But there were ways around this. I get that they wanted to honor Chadwick Boseman's legacy and his memory, as him being like the one and only for T'Challa. But they would have been just better off either recasting or introducing a variant of T'Challa. They've killed off the character, or had him near death so many times that having him pass away from some unnamed illness very, very
COVID.
much cheapens it to me.
Yeah, COVID.
Yeah. What, are they going to say COVID? They're going to have to say like COVID because obviously cancer would be in very, very, very bad taste.
Yeah.
But you know, there were other ways. This just really kind of convolutes it, and you know, just really makes it like contrived. And even by the standards of the MCU, everything just seems like a big reach, or it
Yeah.
just screams, we didn't know what to do, you know, because of the unfortunate passing of our lead. So, you know, it just seems like too much.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like too much to me.
This is the next
And it's
big Marvel movie coming out. You know, I believe
yeah,
November.
in this
So
November, yeah,
yeah.
and this just you know, I was really kind of iffy on it anyway, and you know, I don't even think I was leaping through hoops to see it anyway. After because a lot of excitement died with Chadwick, and this reading these leaks just just kills my excitement even more dead, if that's even
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
What about you, Brian?
Yeah, I'm not with the only thing I'm with is the post credit scene with the introduction of Doom,
Oh,
and that's pretty much it.
All right. So,
Mhm.
kill T'Challa again. T'Challa, who matters so much in the whole grand scheme of Marvel. He connects so many things. He's one of the smartest people to ever be created in Marvel. Him and Shuri are like Shuri is genius, but you gotta remember that T'Challa is just that smart too. When they're ranking
Mhm.
the top people, both of them are ranked in the top 7 of all Marvel. Killing him again. So we have to deal with that on screen. So instead of making it about the blip or making it about the time that he was already gone, you decide that we're going to kill him off, and then by some sickness. So you're going to say T'Challa got cancer, and then Shuri, who can cure everything, can do anything, is not smart enough to stop him from dying from some disease.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, some unnamed disease.
What? Does that
No.
make any sense to anyone? I mean,
Yeah.
it's almost like you
It's
didn't read any of the comics and not understand who you're dealing with.
Pretty much.
I
Yep.
yeah.
mean, Shuri is smarter than Iron Man, and he found out a way to keep strap metal from his heart in a cave with nothing. You
With a
tell me
box
she
of
couldn't?
scraps.
Exactly. You think she couldn't figure out anything of anyone who could find a cure? Shuri couldn't do it.
Yeah. What is it? They give her? She knows how to make a new flower to get the power. She knew how to cut the gem of the Infinity Stone out of Vision, even though Iron Man, Tony Stark, and Bruce Banner
Says
couldn't
impossible.
figure it out. You know, and she even had like a better way to put it in, and they're like, "Well, why didn't you do this?" And she's like, because we didn't know. So it's like you prove that she's smart, and she's smarter than the two other smartest people in the MCU thus far. You know, and well, I mean, I don't know. Tony Stark did find time travel, but yeah.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I agree with that. I didn't even think about that though. That's true. It's like, so she's smart, but when it comes to that, she's like, oh, you die, you die. It's like, yeah,
Yeah, this is what we got. Oh, sorry. It doesn't make any sense. I feel like I heard. Well, I was watching E-Man, so he was telling me a lot of people, a lot of the cast were telling him, "Hey, they really want you to like this movie." I don't see
oh really?
how he would ever, because if you know E-Man, he's talking about the recast T'Challa, the whole movement. I don't see
Mhm.
how he would ever be appreciative of that. For Marvel to not kick the can, at least kick the can down the road and honor him as he was gone during the blip, and we're explaining Wakanda, all this whole story during the blip, so it's not actually killing off the character of T'Challa, makes no sense at all to me. And I heard something where they're talking about maybe sometimes you let a director go too far, give him too much of the reins. And I mean, I don't know if this might be one of those times when this is happening. You giving the director, you're putting all of it on him to write and direct and everything. That's a lot to put on one person, no matter how brilliant he is. He is brilliant. Don't get me wrong.
Ryan Coogler
Ryan
brilliant.
Coogler is unbelievable. He's been
Mhm.
brilliant for years. If it's indie, but I just don't know if you put all that on him, on his shoulders, because of how important this character is. You should know, like, this, we're not going to kill him off on screen.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
how you honoring him. And then I remember I told you a year ago that they're going to bring his son in and name him T'Challa,
Yeah.
and then use him as the one who falls in love with Storm, and use him as all that. Like, I said this a year ago, and I can't believe this is actually happening. This is
Yeah.
actually happening.
Well, somebody was saying, 'cause I was watching, who was it? I think I was watching The Widow, her YouTube channel, and she had a few people on, and they were all in agreement as well that this does not sound good. But they were saying like, oh, you know, she's gonna be pregnant, this and that. But what if like the baby that she had with T'Challa, like, so she got knocked up before the blip? You know what I mean? Because then at least that gives you 5 or 6 years. So at least he's already 5 or 6.
Yep. And
But
now we're
still, it's
talking
like
about fast forward. This is all,
yeah.
at least now we can see things happening. It makes more sense.
Yeah. And if they do that where he's T'Challa Jr., but we just call him T'Challa, it's like, it's such a I don't know, man. That's such a cop out, you know.
It's tacky. You
Yeah.
know, everything about this just feels really, really tacked on and kind of hasty. And I don't, and you know, I understand the hastiness because of like I said, unfortunately, with what happened with Chadwick Boseman, because that obviously overhauled and derailed all the plans.
Yeah.
But I would have been fine with like another delay. I know they had delayed it anyway a couple times because of what had happened, but there was a more. It feels like there were other ways to handle.
It's not like they've recast a black actor before in Marvel. They've never done that. Wait a minute, the first Iron Man and the second Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's impossible to do, guys.
Yeah,
like,
and
come on, man.
You know, like I said, I get it because they didn't want to recast anyone else other than Boseman. You know, I know there's the
other people to
stigma.
get cast. He said keep the character alive. It's like
because he's important.
Yeah, so
he's important.
Yeah, so I don't think it would have been a dishonor to his memory, but at the same time, I understand. But I'm none of those leaks. Mm-hmm.
Does it sound
apart from the one that
I don't get me wrong. So I'm excited for Riri Williams. I have been excited for Riri Williams, who is another one of those smartest people to ever be in any Marvel anything. Able to build anything. She is amazing. I'm excited about Namor. I'm excited that they bringing that in.
I don't know. Have you seen how he looks? Because they're doing more.
I have seen how it looks. That wasn't very. But I don't know what you can actually do with water.
Well, they're making him more like Aztec Mayan.
Like Aztec,
kinda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which I guess it's not too bad, but I mean, I don't mind when they change things like that. I really don't. So this is like the first look of how he's gonna look. So they give him the wing feet, but it's very like Aztec Mayan, kind of. I don't know how they're gonna do that. Like maybe even Inca. Like
but the Incas on the Mayans or Aztecs. That makes sense.
But he's gonna his god's gonna be the Jaguar.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously
is it me or does he kind of look like? Is it me or does he kind of look like Shia LaBeouf with facial hair? A little bit.
There, kind of. Yeah,
Am I the only one
yeah,
to see that?
Hispanic Shia. It's, I see it.
Hispanic Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, but
I was going
I don't know.
to
I
say he
mean,
looked like Black Adam.
well, in the cartoon version, he has a
Yeah.
little widow peak.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
are
Little
they
peek
gonna
in the
make
pointy
him
ears,
a
right?
mutant? Yeah, that's another thing. Is like, is he gonna be a mutant? Because he's technically the first mutant. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I just feel like T'Challa not being there for all of this. This is a lot going on. Like the mother's dying, and they're getting invaded. He's gonna half of Wakanda is gonna be flooded. Like what? There's so much going on, and there's not gonna be. It's king. It's I don't know.
But doesn't it
I
make
don't know.
more sense that he was gone during the blip? Just what made it more sense. And
Yeah.
then I'm sure that this is incomplete. They're not telling us what they're going to do. They're going to do this huge honor to Chadwick, and to T'Challa and this whole thing. It's going to be a huge ceremony, and the whole world is going to be saddened by it. And I know he's going to play it because Ryan Coogler knows how much Chadwick meant to him, meant to this film, meant to the franchise. But you are not just burying him; you also are burying T'Challa. And I just think that that's
Yep.
the wrong way to go. So it's maybe, and you know what? I might see it and think they did a wonderful job. I might. I still think that they made the wrong decision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for all I know at this point, the execution could be solid, but
I've never
as
seen
it
a Ryan
stands,
Coogler movie that wasn't solid. So
yeah,
I don't doubt that. My point is still that I think they made the wrong decision.
Yeah. Yeah. They could have easily done it during the blip, honor him because he's already gone, where everyone thinks T'Challa's dead. So you can do it there, but
Use
then,
the same storyline
yeah,
and then
use the
make a
same.
decision what you're going to do with T'Challa.
Yeah, because like you said, you're kind of kicking it down the road, like, which is fine. You're still giving a story to all the people that kind of need. So it's like, hey, don't forget about all these people, but you do it in a way where it's in a time frame that is kind of weird in the world, at least in the MCU world. So I mean, I don't know, that just makes sense. And then at the end, you can just have like a silhouette of Black Panther. Don't show his face, and then you got another 3-4 years to figure out who you want to replace him.
Just tell them that we've now recast T'Challa as and make it a perfect actor, a great all-time great actor. Like make it work, and just recast it, and everyone understands exactly why, because we all know how wonderful Chadwick was and how perfect the casting is for him. I mean, and how he changed his dialect, and the dialect was such these combinations that only he was brilliant enough to do and to understand. And that he's that special. So I'm not trying to take away from anyone thinking that I don't think he's unbelievable, because he is beyond special.
Yeah,
but do not kill the character because how great the actor is.
Yeah. It's just it just seems like the decision was made very quickly. It was like, oh, he died, and then like a month later, well, T'Challa's gonna die. I was like, how about you guys sit down and wait?
Emotionally, when you hear something like that, like someone that you love that you had no idea was suffering for such a long time has done that and has passed away. I think emotionally, it's everyone's first reaction is no one else can do this. No one else can carry this the flame. They cannot create. They can't carry it. And but the truth is, to honor him the best is to say, I'm going to do my best job, my best to do as good of a job as he does. I will want to honor him in my acting. I want to honor him in everything that I do. I'm going to study to get his dialect the right way, and carry the torch on for him. And I think that's the way you should have went, and have someone who loves him do it. So that's just.
I mean, you kind of do it with Batman. Like you have a list of all these great Batman. Like, oh, is this a guy? Is this guy? I mean, he could be the start of that list. I mean, he could be like the Michael Keaton, kind of.
They do it with Superman, Tank.
Yeah, yeah.
Christopher
Yeah.
Reeves was Superman. He was it. There was no question. He embodied it. Everyone loved him as Superman, right? He had his accident. Did they kill Superman? I think that's what we look at, you know? It's the character. You don't want to kill the character.
Yeah. Especially when they started to
And you know,
put him up on a pedestal where like, oh, he's gonna play a big role going forward.
Because it was literally the most honorable person you could ever meet. Like it's just, he was different
he
than
really
all the other
was.
Avengers. He was a king. And being a king,
Yeah, you know,
acted a
they
different
were
way. He held it differently.
yeah, they were shaping him up to be like, you know, one of the major players for the future phases.
He had to be because he has so much. You could bring mutants in with him.
Yep.
You know, you could bring anything out of Africa. You could deal with Kang the Conqueror through him.
Yep.
Like he is
Dr. Doom.
Really, he's like you can bring Doom in. You know, you could do any of these things, and that's why I'm so disappointed. You know that we're you know they're doing that, but hey, I'm not Kevin Feige. And at the end of the day, I will see the movie and see where they go with it, and I'm sure they will do the best they could. I just think the direction should have been different. Just me.
Yeah. Any last thoughts, Brandon?
Like I said, I think it was, you know, all this was more an emotional response, you know, in terms of how they're handling it, rather than them, you know, kind of thinking it through a little more. And but at this point, man, all I can do is say we will see when it comes out. I'm not really.
That's all you can do is hope that it's a great movie. You can always say I still would have went a different direction, but I hope that it's a great movie.
Yeah. Yeah. So we will see.
We got Chad. What's up? Hey guys, I'm sorry I abruptly left that Thor stream. Just quickly left when I found out y'all did spoiled. Oh, did spoilers.
Oh,
don't worry.
Sorry, Chad. We apologize for you to you.
Yeah. Yeah. But watch both videos after to catch up. Oh, I appreciate it, man.
I really appreciate that, Chad.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah,
I really do appreciate that.
Well, glad you missed this if you wanted to stay away from spoilers.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they're wrong. You know what? You also hit so many reshoots, and we still have what 3 months, 4 months to do some stuff about it.
Yeah.
Maybe they just go ahead and they do a couple of reshoots and they listen. Maybe we make it during the blip.
If you did watch it, let us know what you thought about the leak, I guess. It's not like official or anything, so it's just obviously a rumor leak. So like Brian said, it could change. But if this sounds like the person who leaked it has been right in the past, is from what I'm hearing. So we'll see. But let us know in the comments what you thought about this one.